What's up, guys? It's Hardware.mp41129, and what I have for you guys right now is a video of the new iPhone 4 features and the upgrades, basically everything they added to the iPhone. I'm going to try and get this all into one video, but if I don't make it, then it's going to be in two different parts. I already have one part about the iPhone accessibility when it's coming out, and the pricing. If you haven't seen that already, I'll link it in the description, so just check that out if you're interested. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with all the new upgrades and everything with the hardware, just because I think that's the best place to start. Alright, so first off, the iPhone is encased in aluminum banding, which doesn't just serve for aesthetic purposes. It also is the GPS, the Wi-Fi, and the cellular network connection. So basically, it's to look nice, but it also helps with all the connectivity, so it's not going to be encased within the device. Device case, of course, is made of a special glass on the back, and then the typical Apple glass on the front. What's special about the screen now is that it is 960 times 640. That's 4 times better than the iPhone 3GS, and the number of pixels on it is 78% of the number of pixels in the iPad, which means that in a 3.5-inch device there is almost the same amount of pixels as there is in a 10-inch device. Now that's going to make for some amazing video and picture quality when you're viewing it on your iPhone. And I just think that's very impressive. They showed how it makes text look so much better, and they showed a few example pictures in the Worldwide Developer Conference today. So I'll add those in this video too. But they're calling it the Retina display, and again, it's 326 pixels per square inch. So very, very, very impressive new screen. Have to give Apple props for that. Now, in addition to this new screen, the major hardware that's been added that you're going to notice immediately when you see the phone is the front-facing camera and the back camera with flash. The back camera is 5 megapixels. I'll get into it more and the front-facing camera later. But now let me go ahead and mention the A4 chip, which is going to be the new processor of the iPhone. It's the same processor that's in the iPad, which means the iPhone is going to run so much faster. It's going to be pretty crazy. And then in addition, they added a new battery. It's the biggest component of the phone, which I think they're just basing off of all the complaints of people saying that the iPhone's battery doesn't last long enough or whatever. And with this bigger battery and the processor, the new A4 processor, there's going to be 40% more talk time, 7 hours of talk time on your battery without it dying, 6 hours of 3G browsing, 10 hours of Wi-Fi browsing, or 10 hours of video, or 40 hours of music, and then you can have 300 hours of standby. So that battery is going to be a beast. It's going to last a long time. So then, in addition to this, there's going to be the same thing with the 3GS as with memory. It's going to be a 16 gigabyte model and a 32 gigabyte model max, which I think they probably could have added some more memory, but it's no big deal. Nobody really needs that much memory on the phone. So let me get a little bit more into the new cameras now. And this is where I find it to be the most impressive. Now, they wanted to emphasize that megapixels doesn't mean everything when it comes to picture quality, which I believe they've added 2 new sensors to the picture, or I mean the camera, and it takes some great pictures. They showed some examples again, and I will add those to this video. Now, the big focus of the back camera, it shoots 720p video, which is HD at 30 frames per second, and it has iMovie for editing. Now that is just amazing. You can basically have a mobile video making device right there complete. It can upload the videos with one tap to YouTube. So I mean, for people who do vlogs and stuff on YouTube, like daily vlogs and everything, they could pretty much just use their iPhone. I know a lot of people use the Flip HD and everything like that because it's so portable, but now you can just get this new iPhone and do everything on one device. I mean, even simple editing. I don't think it's going to be like amazing editing that you can do with iMovie on the iPhone. They demoed it, and they basically just showed you can add transitions, cut parts out, you can add music, audio, anything from your music library, and then you can add new clips and everything on the timeline. It's pretty impressive overall, but it's nothing going to be too amazing because who would want to do that on their iPhone anyway? Alright, and then the next major piece of hardware added is a gyroscope. Now this is to help with the accelerometer. I don't find it that major of an upgrade. It'll help a lot with, video gaming, which requires turning your iPhone and everything, but that doesn't matter that much to me because I honestly don't play accelerometer based games, so I don't really care about that. Alright, now let me mention the purpose of the front-facing camera. This front-facing camera is going to be used for a new feature added to the iPhone called FaceTime. This is going to be used between iPhone 4 and iPhone 4's other iPhone 4 owners, where they can do video calls and video chat. All you have to do is click call and the option will be there to video chat if you are with somebody else with an iPhone 4. I think that's a great feature, but I think they should have added it with like Skype or iChat or something else so it can go between your iPhone and your laptop. And I definitely think they'll add that in the future, but I think they should have just pretty much added it all in now. But definitely a great feature. I think that's probably one of the biggest requests that people have had with the iPhone, previous iPhones, and even the iPad. I don't know what they're going to do with the iPad now. I guess they're going to have to upgrade it because I'm sure people are going to get pissed, like, why couldn't you put a camera on the iPad? I just want to mention that that you will only be able to use FaceTime via a Wi-Fi network. They have to work it out with the cellular networks before they can do it because it would take up so much data, and AT&T is already having kind of a data crisis. But that's their problem, and I'm sure they'll work it out in the future. Now I want to mention, since I've gone over pretty much all of the major new hardware features, I want to mention some of the new applications that are coming to the iPhone, some of the major ones that people are going to be looking for. One of the primary ones is Netflix. It's already out on the iPad, but they're going to add it to the iPhone. And with the new screen and everything, I think that's going to be great to be able to stream movies to your iPhone through Netflix. That's great, definitely a great thing to do. I do it with my laptop all the time. If I had an iPad, I'm sure I'd do it on there. And then additionally, they're adding Farmville. That's nothing I'm too excited about because I don't play Farmville. But I'm sure, Farmville has like 70 million users, so I'm sure there'll be plenty of people excited about that. And then even Guitar Hero, the official Guitar Hero, the people from Activision, have made an application for the iPhone where you can play Guitar Hero much like you can like on a TV. There's a way to strum on the iPhone, and you can hold down the different keys with your fingers. So it's definitely going to be better than Tap Tap Revolution and all those other crappy like Guitar Hero like applications. And then in addition to this, they're adding iBooks, so you can read iBooks on your phone. You can download them and then just read them because they're adding the iBook store also. But I don't really see much use of this because who wants to read a book on a 3.5-inch screen? I don't see any point in that. I wouldn't do it. Some people might though. And then you can there's going to be an update to Notes and PDF compatibility, so you can read PDF files on the iPhone. Alright, now the final major addition to the iPhone 4 is going to be the iOS 4, which is going to be available for every iPod Touch and iPhone except for the first generation ones. And it's coming out June 21st for free. Now this is going to run multitasking, which is basically just allowing you to run multiple apps in the background, which people who have jailbroken their phones already know how to do. I've been able to multitask on my iPhone for months now, but it's no big deal. Apple's finally adding it. I'm glad that they are. And then Folders. Now Folders is just an organizational app which allows you to make custom folders, put them on your dock, and then add as many applications into them as you want to, and you can open those up to those certain applications, so you can have like a folder for games that you can put all your game apps in, things like that. It's also another application which has been out forever to jailbroken users, but they're just now adding it to the OS, which I think is kind of sad, but whatever, that's how Apple works. Alright, so those are all the major features that I saw in the Apple's keynote today at the Worldwide Developer Conference. But if you think that there are more, and you think, well, let's go ahead and just say, if you like everything that they added, just leave it in the comments below. If you think there's stuff they should have added a long time ago, just say it in the comments below. And just give me your opinion, really. And don't forget to like the video, rate, well, you can't rate 5 stars anymore, I don't know why I even said that. Leave the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget that another video is up on the availability and pricing of the iPhone and the iOS 4. And I'll leave a link to that in the description, so remember to check that out. And that's all I have for you guys right now. Peace out.